My name's Evelia. I'm in the PsyD Program. I will be graduating in 2025, and with my degree, I plan on working with the immigrant community. From the beginning of the program, when I applied, I knew that we would be going on a cultural immersion trip, and I was apprehensive about that, but I said, it's something that has to be part of it, and I'll do it. But it was really incredible to just connect everything that up until that point we had learned in class, in textbooks and articles about culture, and I knew that a big focus of the trip was to highlight the emphasis that the university has with cultural competencies, and then that it was important, but it's not until you're there that you really get a sense of that you really step out of your day-to-day comfort zone environment, and you're coming into an environment where you're just, in a way, an outsider, you're observing, and that's where you start connecting everything that you have learned until that point. So it's, in a way, a pinnacle of everything that you've experienced, the information and readings and all the papers that we wrote on culture, on theology, on spiritualism, on all these different values that impact us as human beings, and just seeing everything come together was very incredible. So for me, the biggest highlight was seeing the different value systems in culture. So in books and readings, we always hear, okay, the individualistic cultures versus collectivistic, but we all experience, our day-to-day probably aspects of both, but we don't really ever get a clear picture, I think, of what it really is to see it from a distance, from our own lenses of perspective and experiences. So being there, just seeing the Native Alaska community, how those individualistic values have acted on oppression and historical trauma, and seeing those consequences. We visited a homeless shelter, we visited the Heritage Center, and all those experiences really highlighted how individualistic values have, in a way, imposed on those collectivistic value systems, and it's created this gap where everybody works to coexist, but it's hard. It's hard because it's communities coming from different perspectives and different experiences, and reconciling both, it's not easy. It's challenging, and it's a big task. So I think, in summary, just experiencing that firsthand and feeling those emotions and what all that meant throughout the trip really was a strong experience for me. So a big interest of mine in psychology and in the research that I'm working on and that I plan on doing in my dissertation is cultural values, and it's based on my experience of being an immigrant and assimilating to the host culture, and now having a model of in my life of where I'm part of both cultures, where I value both. So that experience from the trip, I think, really set roots for me on how I want to approach my research, and really focusing on what factors from both cultures we use as protective factors to have a healthy well-being, to being successful, to lead us to where we are healthy, not just in body, but also in mind. There's so much research on how just having that incongruity with feeling like you're not a whole person, the impact that it has on your health and your mental well-being. So much of my research and my interest was reinforced by that experience, that I really want to explore the factors, the positive factors that can come from two cultures coexisting, and not just looking at the negative, because that's a lot of the research that we see, and information of how, the negative aspects of it all. But there are positives too, and I've experienced those positive factors as well.